Good afternoon, wherever you are. Let's check out some Ironjawz lists that did well in November. This is, of course, for any tournament that has 30 or more players, and I only really checked the top 10. So this could be players that went, even 3 and 2 players can make it up into the top 10. So let's have a look. But first, of course, thanks to all my patrons, thanks to Baron of Dice for supporting the channel, and thanks to you, the viewer. This has been such a fun thing for me to do. Big fan. Okay, so the first one that we have is a Ironjawz player, Rob Mulshine from Cobra Kai Gaming Dojo. I think I've heard their team name before, but Rob went 3 and 2 after losing his first game. Looks like maybe he could have gone 4 and 1 if he just had won that last game. So this is, like I said, Rob's list. So it's meat, and more meat. This is very different. So this is a Weird Fist list. This is a 3-drop Weird Fist list. Lore of the Weird with War Beats, obviously, and Primal Energy is our manifestation lore here. Our General's Regiment, the General is a Ardboy Big Boss with a Trophy Skull. So the Trophy Skull gives us, I think it's plus 10 control, or it gives us 10 control. So it gives a lot of control. Go stand on circles. With a reinforced unit of Ardboys, a reinforced unit of Ragers, and a single unit of Brutes. Regiment 2 is a Weird Knob Shaman with a single unit of Ardboys, another reinforced group of Ragers, and then the second regiment is a War Chanter with another unit of Ardboys and a unit of Gore Gruntas. So the Gore Gruntas are going to be there just to grab objectives and to do other things that are going to require some, a little bit of fast movement speed. Gore Gruntas have grown on me over the past while, just talking to people about how they're used and what to do with them. So it's like I don't like them. I think they're still overpriced, but I kind of understand why people run them. If they were cheap enough, I could totally see myself running 2 units, but they got to come down from 180 to like 150 probably, maybe even cheaper, 140. They're not there for damage. They're just there to be a little bit of a meat shield and take some objectives, right? So I think overall this is 40 Ardboys. It is 12 Ragers. 5 Brutes. And I mean, the Ardboy Big Boss coming in exactly to 130 points. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like almost maybe another War Chanter or another Shaman for the same point cost, right? But, I mean, obviously we're getting something done, right? I'd love to talk to players about how to get it done, but it's a, 3 and 2 Weird Fist list, so that's pretty cool. Up next, for our second list, we're going to look at Scott Smith, who's on Corsairs, with a 3 and 2 Ironjawz list. Now, if I'm remembering everything correctly, Scott Smith is actually the #1 ranked Ironjawz player in the world presently, and he's running a 1-drop Kragnos list. So I changed my league list to play this list, so I can actually just get a rep in, because it does, if nothing else, it does look interesting. It does look like it might be a little bit fun. So turning my music up a little bit. So it runs Ironjawz Brawl, of course. It's 1-drop, as I said, Kragnos with reinforced Brutes, reinforced Gore Gruntas, and reinforced Ragers. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units total. With every single one having a particular purpose and a particular reason. I mean, obviously the Brutes are going to fight over the objectives. The Gore Gruntas are going to act like a meat shield. The Ragers are there to take out monsters, right? And then Kragnos is there also to take out monsters. So pretty fast, I guess, if considering that you also have the 3d6 charge from Kragnos sending those Brutes in. So it looks good. I think right now, if you're looking at Ironjawz, I think a list like this, either a 1 or a 2-drop Kragnos list, is definitely the way to go right now. Okay, so I'm looking to do an interview with Scott here pretty soon. We're just sort of waiting for some busyness to calm down, probably in the new year. Very excited, looking forward to it. And then the last list that we're going to look at is a 10th place James Clark playing Ironjawz, who went 3 and 2, losing his first 2 games and then coming back after that. Pretty good. So it's a 3-drop list. We're playing Gordrak. We're playing a Weird Knob Shaman and a War Chanter for our 3 heroes. A reinforced unit of Brute Ragers, a reinforced unit of Brutes, Ma, Grunta, and Hacken crew, and then 2 units of Gore Gruntas. So it looks to me like the 2 units of Gore Gruntas are probably going to run up the flank. Our Weird Knob Shaman, of course, has an eye for Defight and Trophy Skulls. But yeah, the Gore Gruntas are going to move up the flanks, and then in the middle we got like Brutes, Ragers, Hacken crew, and Gordrak. So, anti-monster, right? Monster hero for Gordrak, and the Ragers are also there to be anti-hero. And the reinforced unit of Brutes, yeah, I mean, very slow without Kragnos in it, right? Like, really slow. But at least we have the 2 units of Gore Gruntas and a Hacking crew to make up for it. So I could see playing this list to some effect. But again, like, Ironjawz are just so low in the meta right now, right? So, but I can see why. I can see this list. I can see kind of what's going on here. So I'm really hoping that the next time that we get points updates or balance patch or anything, that we see some significant point reductions for some of these units. And to be honest with you, the thing that I'm most concerned about with Ironjawz right now is that the time, obviously, it feels to me like the Orc book was written probably before all of these, like the 4th edition indexes all came out. I have a feeling that the Orc book was written before the team was getting feedback about it. So right now my biggest concern for Ironjawz is that what we see is what we're going to get in the new book, right? Like, that's what I'm concerned about, is that we're going to open it up and it's going to be like, oh, here's some armies of renown or whatever, but that the fundamental problems that exist in Ironjawz are going to still be there after this new book is out. So I'm hoping that that's not the case, and that they had some more interesting ideas than what's going on right here. I think Heywo was saying in a video that for Ironjawz, it's like all the rules have been written, they're just spread out across different editions. So for example, if Ironjawz had Mighty Destroyers as it is now, and they also had Mighty Destroyers as it used to be before, maybe tweaked a little bit, but but still in existence, and we also had Smashin' and Bashin', that we might be able to actually have a pretty like sick army that can really do what it says on the box, which is punch people in the face harder than anybody can punch back. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm really interested and looking forward to it. So, but until we get all this new Orc book, like, subscribe, and wah.